Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to drboystv.com, the home for intelligent black people. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I wanted to come in here really quickly and talk to you guys and tell you guys about something that I just saw that I thought was worth discussing because I think this is significant in the whole scheme of things, in the whole scheme of Hollywood and Hollyweird and what they're doing to our people and other people. Issa Rae just made a big announcement. Issa Rae just announced that she is securing investors to build her own studio. She wants to build her own studio. And if you remember, this is right after Issa Rae spent a lot of time last week complaining about Hollywood and complaining about all the things that were going wrong with Hollywood, how they were pretty much canceling her shows and they weren't giving opportunities to black people. And so Issa did the exact same thing that I would probably have told Issa to do, which is to understand that at some point you outgrow your situation. At some point, you outgrow the white man scraps. At some point, you are no longer built to be an employee, and you got to go on your own. You got to do big boy, big girl work. Big boy, big girl work means understanding that you're not just the entertainer, you're not just the creator, you're not just the producer of the content. You have to find some way to make yourself a more direct part of the ecosystem that exists within the entertainment space. The Jewish community went out of their way to build Hollywood for themselves. They built that community in their own image for their own people. Now, black people, we sign ourselves up to get used and exploited. We traffic ourselves to other communities, hoping that they'll give us a little scrap off their table, hoping they'll give us a little opportunity. Well, that's not a good long term plan. So I'm actually in deep approval of what Issa Rae is doing. God bless her. I hope that she is able to succeed in her venture. Now, give me a yes in the chat if y'all can hear me. Everybody, give me a yes. I see Kathy and Matthew Wilson says, "Boys, you made great content on the black community. Thank you." And Issa Rae, build that studio. Yeah, well, I appreciate your comment, Matthew. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And speaking of great content, you guys may or may not know that my wife is a relationship therapist, and she actually is one of the few black women on earth that happens to be a full professor in her field. And so, what we're gonna do is we wanted to make some Black history this week. So, what my wife, Dr. Alicia, and I decided to do was to combine forces like super friends and bring together my PhD in finance and her PhD in therapeutic fields and social work. And we're going to do something called the Love and Money Lab. We realize that love and money, that people ruin their financial situations from bad relationships. She's a relationship therapist. Also, people ruin their relationships from bad financial choices. I'm a finance professor, so never before that we've ever seen anywhere in the history of the black community have a PhD level scholars gotten together in those two fields to create something to focus specifically on love and money for black folks. And so we're going to do this event. It's going to be online on the 13th at 8 p.m. right before Valentine's Day. And we're going to do the Love and Money Lab, which is where we're going to explain to you based on research, not based on our opinions, not just based on what we heard on the internet or what some fake guru had to say. We're actually using scientific research to explain to you the mistakes you want to avoid when it comes to your love and your money, how to date financially, how to marry financially, how your financial choices affect your outcomes. So if you'd like to join us, just text the word love to 87948. Text love to 87948. I will send you a link later on tonight where you can join the event. It's going to be February 13th at 8 p.m. Eastern. So, Issa Rae, you ain't the only one girl that knows how to create good content. My wife is a wonderful, gorgeous, intelligent black woman. Shout out to all the smart black women who make us strong. And we're making our own content over here too. We ain't never been asking nobody to give us permission to do nothing. We know that we are smart enough to build for ourselves. We know we are smart enough as a community to own our own stuff. We know that we have the right and the ability to be what God meant for us to be, and we know that Hollywood ain't the place to let that happen. You see, so with Issa Rae, I think what is happening here, and if you saw last week, did y'all see that last week where you had Issa Rae? She was in the media, in white-owned media, complaining about how bad white folks are treating her. And it's funny, it's like you're going to complain to other white folks about how white folks are treating you. I don't understand how anybody expects that to work out. It doesn't work out. They just hear that and they say, well, why don't you build your own? Why don't you have your own studios? We got studios. Why don't you have your own distribution channels? We got our own distribution channels. Why don't you have your own streaming services? We got our own we got our streaming services. Our community's good. What are you doing for your community? Why are your celebrities not building? Why do you have celebrities that are running around complaining constantly about a lack of opportunity. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, just last week you saw on Club Shay Shay, another black-owned platform that seems to be growing, and I'm really happy about that. But you saw on Club Shay Shay, poor Monique, and I like Monique. I know Monique. She was on my podcast. I like Monique a lot. But Monique, if you've ever seen Monique in a movie, you know that Monique is usually the person who dominates the movie. She is so good. If you saw her on This Christmas, she blew it out the water. If you saw her on that Roscoe movie, Roscoe Comes Home, or whatever it was with Martin Lawrence, she blew it out the water. And it's kind of unfortunate that you have someone as talented as Monique, as talented as Taraji P. Henson, as talented as Terrence Howard, still complaining that they're not getting the opportunities they deserve, still not being treated properly by white folks. Well, I'm gonna just tell you, I hate to say it, but this is America. This is America. Nothing's going to change until you change. We all want the world to change, but nobody wants to change ourselves. Do you hear what I'm saying? We all want the world to do better, but none of us are forcing ourselves to do better. If you want better, you got to be better. If you don't choose to be better, then the world won't get better. Give me a yes if you get what I'm saying. If you want the world to change, then you must change yourself. Change must start with the person in the mirror. If you can't get the person in the mirror to change, then the world will become a reflection of your own lack of discipline and desire. The world would just reflect the fact that you're not willing to grow. Now, again, though, I want to say this 100% clearly that I love Monique. I love DL Hughley. My wife and I are in Vegas. We're going to this comedy show hosted by Shaquille O'Neal. I think DL's going to be there. I know DL. DL is friends with my buddy Willie D. And I think DL got mad at me one time because I said something on my platform about him, but it wasn't meant to be disrespectful because I really think the guy is the utmost professional. But I really like what Issa Rae is doing. This needs to be the template, y'all. This needs to be the blueprint. This needs to be the standard. This is what we have to do. We have to own our own stuff. So Issa Rae, I just want you to know, girl, I congratulate you. I applaud you. I commend you. I'm happy. I'd be happy to consult with you. If you want to call a 52-year-old cranky finance professor and talk about the logistics of what it means to run a business of that magnitude or secure your financing or whatever you're trying to do, hit me up. I'd be happy to help you. Just like I offered to help Kanye West free of charge. Just like I offered to help Ice Cube free of charge. Just like I offered to help anybody that reached out free of charge. I've sat on the phone with Tyler Perry. I've sat on the phone with a lot of people, and I helped them free of charge. Why do I help them free of charge? Well, because I know how to make money. I know how to invest. I have assets. I don't have all the money in the world. I'll never have as much money as I probably have if I work for white folks. I don't have Hollywood money. But I got Boyce Watkins money, and I know Boyce Watkins money is enough for me to pay the bills, take care of my wife, take care of my kids, handle my business, and not have to beg nobody for nothing. I know that when my wife and I are in Vegas, we're staying in a luxury suite, and I can sleep well in that suite. You know why I can sleep well in that suite with my baby cuddled up next to me? Is because I know that we are making our money in a way that does not require us to sell our souls. All money ain't good money. All money ain't good money. Hollywood is a nasty, terrible place. Hollywood is a debaucherous place. Hollywood is a place that is full of child molestation, mental illness, drug addiction, all kinds of chaos. I haven't even got to racism yet. I haven't even got to the racism yet. But yet, y'all Negroes line up. We line up. We line up in droves for a chance to hang around people that have a very high likelihood of destroying your life. We want to be around these people. These people are not only terrible, they're irritating, they're nerdy, they're not very bright, they're not very creative, they don't have what we have, they're ugly, half of them, but yet somehow we want to fit in because they control certain resources and certain platforms that we're begging for access to. And I don't think we have to beg, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to be negative. I know sometimes I sound like a jerk when I talk like this, and I get it. It's because when you see things the way I see things, um, it just comes out. And I apologize if I've offended anybody with my words, but let me end with a positive note. I got to get ready. Me and my wife are going out tonight. Um, Issa Rae, I think that her move is an excellent move. I think that building your own studio is a great move. But then I think you got to say, what's your next move? This is your next move, Issa, but this is not your best move. Your next move is to secure financing and build a studio that allows you to make more of that amazing content. That's your next move, but that's not your best move. Your best move is once you produce the content, how do you distribute that content? How do you get the content to the masses? So maybe that means the next move is to raise money for some sort of streaming service. And then your best move is to go full circle with your content production, distribution, monetization. Once you produce it, once you distribute it, how do you make enough money from it that you have enough money to make the next project? That then makes you into Disney. That's what elevates you to the level of a Walt Disney. Those are Disney problems. And if you follow Disney the way I do, I analyze these companies, I analyze their stocks. And Disney's having a lot of challenges because them taking on the big boy role of raising the money to produce, distribute, and monetize their own content is causing them to lose lots and lots of money. So we're going to need real economic training in our community. We're going to need people that understand powernomics at an epic level. We need the mass production of the kinds of black thinkers that can develop the next black Disney. That's what we need. Issa Rae has the potential to be that, but she's going to have smart people around her that can help her become that. So I'm publicly stating that if anybody knows Issa Rae, I know people who know people, but I don't know Issa. Issa can call me just like Tyler Perry called me, just like Kanye West called me, just like Ice Cube called me. All these people called me. I did not call them. I do not call celebrities, but if one of them reached out and they wanted my help, I would help them free of charge and help them lay out a vision that's really going to get things done. All I ask is that you do your best to create content that's going to lift us up and not put us down. All I ask is that you go in and you employ a few thousand black people, not go like these celebrities going around on TV parading all your wealth in front of everybody and ain't built a damn thing. We have 50 years of hip hop, ain't created hardly no jobs, no black owned banks, no black owned hospitals, no black owned nothing. That's all I ask. Employ a few thousand people and make some content that we can be proud of. And I think Issa Rae is a fit for the job because I saw her in the movie American Fiction. Me and my wife went to go see it, and I really like her a lot. So God bless you. I wish you the best on this endeavor, and I want to state that publicly. I'm about to go out and hang out with my baby. I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good night. If you want to join Dr. Alicia and I, my wife has a PhD in social work. She's also a licensed therapist and a full professor. We are doing our event on the 13th. I don't know if that's Tuesday or Wednesday. I gotta double check, but it's on the 13th of February at 8 p.m. It is the Love and Money Lab. LAB stands for Love and Bank Accounts. So many people are having trouble with their money, trouble with their relationships, trouble with both. So we decided to create the Love and Money Lab, where we were going to bring together our two PhDs and actually put together research-based strategies, not somebody swinging from the hip on the internet, but research-based strategies that will help you use your wealth and your income as a way to empower your relationships, not to destroy them. We're going to come up with research based techniques to help you use your relationships to accelerate your economic outcomes, not ruin them. So, if you are in that category where you're either in a relationship or seeking to build one, feel free to join us. You can text the word love to 87948. Text love to 87948 if you would like to be a part of that. Now, I see a couple of questions. Matthew Wilson says it's about time black people we build our own studios, and we've been in Hollywood for so many years. We got nothing out of it. I agree. Sir Charles says that's why I gave all my money to Jay Morrison, the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. It was a starburst. Well, you shouldn't have gave all your money to any particular investment. Don't ever invest in anything, Starburst or Surcharge, without knowing the risk. Give me a yes if you understand that investing involves risk. If you invest, two rules of investing. Number one, never put more than 5 to 7% of your income in any particular investment, all your wealth. Never put more, sorry, when I said income, let me change that. Never put more than 5 to 7% of your wealth in any one investment. Number two, if you're not prepared to lose the money, don't make the damn investment. Don't make the investment. I don't know anything about the Tulsa Real Estate Fund and what's going on over there. They tell me that they're still working on building. They're still operating. They're still meeting with their investors. So if you're an investor, you should go talk to them. You have a right to ask questions. But my functional rule that I would tell you is if you put all your money into one investment, That is a sucker's move. That is exactly how you lose your money. Anytime you hear about celebrities going broke or people losing everything in their investments, it's because they did not invest properly. That's what happened. So when your cousin come up and say, "Hey, cuz, just put your whole life savings in my liquor store, cuz, come on, we about to build some generational wealth, cuz," and they get you to put your whole life savings in that liquor store, just get ready to lose everything. So that's my little piece of advice for anybody out here that's thinking about trying to invest. Anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Have a good day. God bless you. Please hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Also, if you want to join us for the Love and Money Lab on Tuesday, or sorry, on the 13th. It's Thursday, 13th. I think that's Tuesday. It might be Wednesday. Got to double check. But if you want to join us, just text the word love to 87948. And also, if you want to join us for daily financial consciousness training, go to drboycedaily.com. We meet every single morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we go through financial consciousness, financial awareness, financial intelligence, and ways to identify your financial state, where you want to go, how money works, all that. Financial consciousness. We're going through my book, The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. Ask anybody in the class. They'll tell you that it's amazing, because what we do in the Black Business School, no one on earth does this. There's no one on earth right now that is focused exclusively on Black wealth, that has as many scholars and attorneys and millionaires and billionaires associated with the institution. Harvard ain't doing it. Yale ain't doing it. Stanford's not doing it. But we're getting it done. And so if you want to join us, go to drboycedaily.com. I'm out, guys. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Peace.